Hi, Rich Karuba for bowlingball.com. You know, we get questions periodically, I call them frequently asked questions, about pro shop, services or thoughts about taking care of equipment and so on. And I got one recently from a new bowler, and it goes like this. How often should I resurface my reactive bowling ball? I'm relatively new to the game and in my first ever league. My teammate tells me to resurface the ball after every 30 games. Is this right? It seems a bit often to me. Well, let's answer that. First of all, we put a little chart in a previous article about bowling ball maintenance. In fact, there might be a couple articles in the Bowlversity section of our site under the bowling balls subcategory heading, and you can find and reference that anytime you want. But really what we give you is about 6 suggestions for routine maintenance on your bowling ball to follow. And this is generally what the manufacturers also recommend. First, repolish any shiny bowling ball or scuff with your chosen amount of grit pad that you use for dull bowling balls after about 10 games of bowling. Okay? Now the second thing is scuff and repolish shiny bowling balls after 30 games of bowling. And full resurface your bowling ball after about 60 games of bowling. Full resurface means that you can get to the pro shop and they'll do a complete resurface job and try to finish the ball so the end up surface texture gets the nicks and mars and dirt and oil and grime out of the surface of the ball, plus restores the surface of the ball very smooth, like out of the box condition. And you can control the texture of that surface too by the type of pads that the pro shops use. Then we want you to repeat steps 1 through 3 for the next interval of 60 games. So in other words, what you want to do is every 10 games you can use a pad and re-scuff up your ball to put the texture on it if it's a dull or a solid reactive bowling ball, for example. If it's a shiny ball, you use a very fine-tuned texture. If you use polish on it, reapply polish on it. But what you want to do is every 10 games is about after 3 to 4 weeks of bowling in league. And that's not counting practice. If you practice, then you should do it a little bit more often. Every 30 games, then you might want to do, a little bit more in-depth job, get to the pro shop and have them scuff and repolish it on the high-speed spinner. It works better if you can do that. And then, of course, every 60 games, do a full resurface job. That'll help you. Also, to reduce oil absorption in your ball, there's a lot of cleaners that you can use during competition. So right after you're done bowling or while you're bowling, you can spray it on, use a nice microfiber bowling towel and clean all the dirt and moisture and stuff out of the pores of the ball and off the surface of the ball, so the next time you bowl, it'll have the right amount of grip on the lane. It's always a good idea if you see any visible track on your ball to get your pro shop into the pro shop and ask them to refinish it or smooth out the track marks in your ball so they don't get too deep and too troublesome to you. Keep the cover restored as close as you can to its original factory finish, and you won't go wrong. I hope some of this information helps you. You can check for these articles on Bowlversity, and we thank you.